and your day was well. I want to take this opportunity to welcome all of us to this presentation tonight. I'm going to be your first presenter, and later after that, I'm going to invite a very important guest to us towards the end. My name is Rose Omolo. Rose is a teacher, lecturer part-time. That means I'm doing this business part-time. And the reason why I'm here is that although I'm on payroll, but the money is never enough. The month ends, the money ends before the end of the month. Now, what do I do with the rest of the days remaining? And that is what pushed me to join the business. Now, welcome, and the people hosting this meeting are called Superstars Team. It is an international team, and I'm going to take you through what it entails. We are a team, as I've said, called Superstars Team, and we have a mission. And our mission is to help individuals to build own businesses so as to realize financial freedom, travel the world, and enjoy a better lifestyle. I know there are people in the call, especially our guests, those who are doing well, I know, but with this opportunity, you can do better with financial freedom. And we also borrow from Jim Rohn that states that your economy is directly related to your philosophy and not the economy. That means as we complain all the time, the prices of every commodity going up, the situation in the country or elsewhere is not very favorable, but there are people who are enjoying life to their fullest. And that is the reason why we are supposed to make our own economy. Okay, now we are on a mission and we offer solutions because every opportunity, a good opportunity should be that gives a solution. So we offer solutions, and here are the solutions that we offer. One, we are saying you are not, or in most cases, people go acquire wealth, especially the teenagers, they acquire lots of wealth, and then later in the years, they cannot use that wealth that they acquired. Instead, they take it to the hospital looking for good health. Therefore, we are very serious on our health. That is the reason why we are saying remedy to health crisis, and also prevention is better than cure, as we all know. Now we are saying your health is your greatest wealth. So we need to invest so much into our health, and therefore we now, when we are healthy, we can now look for money. Now I have a very interesting chart before me. What we put in our mouth, what you have taken for supper, what you took for lunch, you know it. And on the left, we have something that may not even look very palatable. On our right, we have what looks yummy. So the left-hand side, we are fighting disease. And on the right-hand side, we are feeding disease. And from the normal life, you look at both ends, majority would go for the right, and that one on the right is to feed the disease. You can see this gentleman down here does not know what exactly to do, whether to fight the disease with the broccoli or to feed the disease with the yummy chips, very interesting foods. Now, we are also recommended for by WHO, that is World Health Organization. They have given us a wellness triangle. And from the look of the triangle, at the base or at the bottom of the triangle, we have physical activity and weight management, which majority of us or most people do not do. Then we have whole grains and refined. So majority of us or most people go for the refined ones, the one we get from the supermarket. We also have fruits and vegetables, and the WHO recommends that we take 5 to 9 differently colored fruits. Then as the triangle goes up, we narrow down proteins. If it is red meat, then we take only 20 grams a day. But we know a typical Kenyan man would like to take a whole kg 1 man. But we can also go for alternatives to avoid the red meat. We can go for the white meat. We can also go for the legumes. Then at the top, we have fats and sugars. We are only recommended to take 2 spoons of sugar and very little fat if you cannot do without it. Then we have a healthy wellness triangle, the one I've just discussed. And if we eat like that, that means our cells become permeable, very round, allowing nutrients to get in and waste to get out. But if we eat this way, you can see this girl here, the lady here in the middle, enjoying herself. But this one is taking you direct to your grave. A lot of chips, sugars, we have soda, we have burgers, is taking a lot of sugar. So what happens? You turn your triangle upside down. So what happens? That means you are taking lots of fats and sugars, lots of proteins, vegetables limited, and then whole grains very minimal, and minimal physical activity. So what happens to your cells? Your cells become hard, impermeable, cannot allow nutrients to get in and waste to get out. Now we have our cells. Our bodies are made of trillions of cells, and those cells have to be protected. We have to nourish them, we have to feed them, and if we do not, then we go the right way. We make our cells to become hard, impermeable. Therefore, the nutrients are not getting in and the waste are not getting out. That means you remain tired, very exhausted. You wake up tired, the whole day tired. You go to sleep very tired. So we need to do something and take care of ourselves. Now, it was when you eat the other way around, you become... Sorry for that. Somebody has put his audio on.
Unmute yourself now, Rose, and continue. Unmute yourself, Rose. Rose, unmute yourself.
You?
Okay, good.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, continue.
All right, sorry for that. All right, as I said, if we eat the wrong way, sorry.
Sorry, we can't hear you now, Rose.
Okay, I'm sharing again. Just allow me a minute. Everything, okay, sorry. All right. Now
It is okay now.
it is okay now. Sorry for that. So I said if we eat the other way around, we make ourselves unhealthy, and when our cells are unhealthy, it means the nutrients can't get in and the waste cannot get out, meaning we are tired the whole day. We wake up very tired, stay tired the whole day, you drag your feet, and you cannot be very productive. All right, now we need to, as I said earlier, our cells need to be protected, they need to be nourished, they need to be fed. And just in case we have fed and our cells are like the one on my left, then we need a very special product called Trienin. Trienin is our base product. It is the foundation of everything. And why do we need Trienin? The work of the Trienin is to boost energy, and it also supports our cellular health. It also enhances our vitality. That means the energy remains key and remains at the top, and it also increases the efficient nutrient utilization. That is when we take Trienin. So we need Trienin every day. We need to take 3 every day, and that energizes us the whole day. Now, we do not have Trienin only. We have so many hundreds of other products. And a sample, we have weight management product. We have New Life Shake. We also have Provitality. We also have omega-3 salmon. So those who would like to shake their weight, then go for it. And we also know that our skin is the largest organ in our body, and therefore we need to take care of our skin, because when somebody looks at you, your face, the hands will show and will tell exactly what is inside you, the way you are feeding. Therefore, we need to take care of our skin because it is the largest organ. Therefore, we have good skin care products, age-defying. Those who would like to look younger for longer, here you are. Then in our homes, we also need to make our environment without toxic. We need to make our environment natural. So we have products that we can use. We have LDC. LDC, anything in the house that needs cleaning, we use LDC. We use LDC for our fruits. We also use it for vegetables, because most of us who are living in Nairobi, we cannot determine the kind of fruits or the kind of vegetables that we are buying, because we are not growing them. Therefore, as we bring them from the market, we need to wash them thoroughly. Then we also have Care. Care is a disinfectant. Then we also have Super 10. Super 10 is for stubborn stains. If you have any stubborn stain in the house, your sink, your toilets, anything that requires cleaning. Then finally, we have our Super Grow, and Super Grow is a wonder drop. This is the best for farmers in the house, or anybody who knows a farmer recommends Super Grow. Super Grow is the best. Organic foliar. It 1 liter can be mixed with 1,000 liters of water, and it triples your yields, or it increases crop yields by 167%. Can you imagine that? And then once it makes the water wetter, and then it allows the nutrients to go very deep, the roots to go deep looking for nutrients. Now, we said we offer solutions, and that is for our health. We need to make our health before we start looking for money. Now, the second solution that we offer is financial freedom. And as I said earlier, that I came in looking for money because my salary gets finished before the end of the month. And that is the reason why I decided to go into business, and that is how I joined this opportunity. So we have the second solution that we offer is financial freedom. And I know quite a number of us, we are seriously looking for money to do a few things. For you to be comfortable, money is key. And we are told that if you don't work for your dreams, others will hire you to work for their dreams. Can you imagine that? Those who are working, that means somebody has hired you to help him or her achieve their dreams while you have left your spending. Now, we all have dreams, or we had dreams at some point. There are those who have dreams of getting lots of money, those who'd like to have big machines, those who'd like to fly the world, and those who'd like to stay in beautiful homes. But with money, you can achieve all this. And all of us, we are looking for something to do to put food on the table. We are looking for money in one way or another. So I have a quadrant here, which is divided into 4. And this one gives us different ways of how people get money. We have on the left-hand side, we have the employees. The employees, you have a job, but your job is limited, or your salary is limited, depending on what your boss offers to give you. Then we have self-employed, and self-employed, for you to prove that your business is working, you must be there. It requires your presence. Anytime you are not there, that means that business will not work. Then on the right-hand side, we have business owners. These people have put in place a system that works for them. And down here, we have investors where money is working for them. Whether you are asleep, the money will work for you. You don't need to work. The money will work for you. So how many of us in the call would like to move from the left-hand side to the right-hand side? I know quite a number would like to move to the next, to the right-hand side. Now we have a system in place that once you join our business, you become an instant entrepreneur, you become a partner or you become a new life promoter, and you experience the following. One, you get extra income, and you can work during your spare time. You can do it part-time, or you can do it full-time. You also get residual income, money that comes through repeat sales, especially soap. If your soap is finished today, you cannot sit and relax and say, now that the soap is finished, I'm not going back to the soap. You have to the shop to buy soap now. So you have to go and buy more. Then we also have being your own boss, low risks. Then on the other side, we have you get digital office. Right now, without digital office, your business may not do well or may not go very far. Then we also have lots of incentives, travel and cash bonuses. Then you are joining a transformative community, a community that is very supportive, a community that ignites your personal growth. You will hold your hands and we work together there. And then finally, we are on a mission to end the trend of poor health and financial stress. And those are the 2 key areas that people are struggling with. Now, let's see what happens. We have what we call success habits, what you are supposed to do on daily basis. Number 1, you have to design your purpose. We all have goals, so you have to make your goal very clear. Write it in capital letters, let it be very clear. That goal must be motivating, very strong, and very exciting. That makes you wake up every day in the morning to go and work your business. Then we also have use the products. As you use the products, you are getting the points. And using the products, you must use the products, experience the benefits, and then from there, you talk to people about the products and about the opportunity that we have. Because you cannot have a business without products and without people. Therefore, you're using the products, you get the points, talk to people, you get more points, tell them each and every day about your products and their benefits, and also tell them about the opportunity. So how is this one done? That is what I want to show you. Now you are here as a person. You have joined. And how do you join? Let's see. You have joined. You have 100 points. How do we get 100 points? You are joined, which I talked earlier about our key product, and that is Trienin, that makes our cells to be permeable, where nutrients gets in and the waste gets out. You are living a normal life, and therefore you join by paying. You pay what we have. You pay for 3 Trienens. You pay 17,420. 1 Trienen is assigned 34 points. What are these points? These are PVs. They are called point value. And the reason why we have the point value, our business works or is operating in 57 countries globally. And as I said earlier, the 57 countries are using different currencies, and therefore we use the point value system to standardize the points that we have. 1 Trienen is assigned 34 PVs. Whether you buy it from South Africa, you buy it from Nigeria, it is assigned 34 points. Now, you join us by paying a small fee of 17,420. What do you get? You get 3 bottles of Trienen. And with the 3 bottles, if 1 Trienen is assigned 34 points, then the 3 of them will give you 120. And that is how you start the business. Now, we have what we called 3 in 30. What does this mean? It means as a distributor, you join, you become a distributor, and you are expected to bring 3 people every single month. And in any or by any chance you do not get the 3 people, you can bring 1 person. So when you bring 1 person, let's see what happens. Here you are. You have 3 people, number 1, number 2, and number 3. You are now 4. So you are 4. Each one of you brings in 100 points. So let's see. Each one of you has 100 points. Now you are 2 of you. And now we have said if you cannot or if you don't manage to get the 3 people, then you bring 1. So you bring 1, you join as an individual, you bring the other person, you are now 2 with 200 points. Then the 2 of you, you only go out, talk about the products, talk about the opportunity, bring 1 person each. You are now 4. And what do you have? You now have 400 points. Now 400 points, the company starts paying you a bonus, and the bonus will be paid at 3%. Then you are told, go out, talk to more people. The 4 of you bring 1 person each. You are now 8. Let's see, you have 800 PVs. The company pays you a bonus of 5%, and you are called a manager. Now, a manager, you start earning from 5,000 and above. Then you are now 4. You go out, bring 1 each. You are now 8. 8, 1 each. You are now 16. Now you accumulate 100 points each. You have 1,600 points. The company pays you by 10%. You are called a senior manager. Then you continue building your business. Bring only 1 person each. From the 8 of you, you become 16. Your points, you become times 2, you are 32. You become, or you have 3,200 PVs, and the company pays you using 20% bonus. You are called an executive manager. The money keeps growing. You are 32. Go out, bring 1 each. You are now 64. The 64 of you accumulate 6,400 PVs. The company pays you at 25%, and you are called a director. Now, a director is very key in our business. Reason, a director, apart from, look at that, director earns 120 Kenya shillings or $1,000. This is good money. You can do something with it. And now, apart from money, the director now, the company starts treating you locally. You are taken for lifestyle to hotels, 5-star hotels within the country, the likes of Ole Sereni, the likes of Villarosa, Sarova Stanley. Those are the best hotels that we have around. So you start traveling, or you start enjoying lifestyle at the local level. Then you are told to continue building your business. Now you are told develop one director. You become a Sapphire director. Sapphire director takes home 150,000 Kenyan shillings. Can you imagine that? And apart from the money, the company now not treating you locally, but takes you outside. The company flies you outside the country once, everything fully paid for. Then you are told develop 3 directors, you become a Ruby. Ruby director takes home every single month 300,000 Kenya shillings. And apart from the money, you are treated outside the country 2 times in a year. Then you continue with your business. You develop more leaders, develop 6 directors. You are called a president team leader. You are called a president team. A president team takes home from 700,000 Kenya shillings. Can you imagine that? In one single month. And as a president team leader, the company treats you 3 times. You are taken out, you are flown out of the country 3 times just to enjoy lifestyle. So what a business. So to our guests who are in for the very first time, this business is doable, it is workable. So you talk to the person who invited you and ask them only one question: how can I join? How can I partner with this beautiful, beautiful opportunity? Now, at this point, I said earlier, I'm going to be the first presenter, and now I want to bring in a special guest today. This is a person who brought all of us into this business. This is a person we are emulating, all of us. We are following his steps. A teacher like me, he has done it for many years, 15 years. You are going to hear his success story, which is so inspiring. But there is one thing that I admire from him: his humility. He has the money, he has done the business for many years, he has done it, he has seen it all, but he still chooses to remain humble. That is the only thing that I admire from him. And I've always told him that when I grow up, I want to be like him. PT, are you there? All right, I want to take now this opportunity to welcome our president team member, Dr. Josephat Kariuki, to share his story. Karibu sana, PT.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rose Omolo, for such a wonderful and very clear presentation. Wow, I can see people are really excited about the way you've executed it. And thank you also for the good intro. I'm Habud. Yes, as Rosa said, it has been a sweet journey, 15 years from when I said yes to this opportunity. So, to our guests, may I take this opportunity to once again welcome you to the opportunity. I'll go straight to sharing my success story, and it's my belief that someone will connect with what I'll be sharing and perhaps get to that point of realizing that you can achieve your dreams. And those of us who are successful, we were once where you are now. So my name is Josephat Kariuki. I am married to Puros Cherotich. Pierrot was a high school teacher, and I was a full-time lecturer in the university. Rose told you I was also a teacher, so I was teaching in the university. And before then, I was a full-time lecturer I was teaching in a high school. Once a teacher, always a teacher. We are blessed with 4 young children. They are the reason why we have built this business so seriously. Because we wanted to give them the best life ever possible. Now, needless to say, we needed to change our lives, my wife and I. I am saying needless to say because that is perhaps why you are listening to this opportunity, because every serious human being wants to move from one level to another. When I was working, so that you can understand why this opportunity was so critical for me, when I was working, I realized that my dreams, my ambitions were far away and in the opposite direction in which I was running. I had already worked for about 7 years plus. And the truth is, after those years of working, I was right in what we call rat race. Rat race, for those who don't know, is where you work very hard every day, every month. End of the month, you get your salary. It gets finished even before the month is over. And the following month, you have to again repeat the same thing that you did last month. So month in, year out, you are just in that cycle. And that is what, ladies and gentlemen, was happening to me. Yet I had worked so hard. I mean, for me to have been a lecturer in the university, those are quite a number of degrees. And my motivation was one. I told you I'm Kariuki Kamau. The reason why I worked so hard academically and in the job market is because I wanted to live some good life. I wanted money. Were you told that when you work very hard, you get a good job and therefore you get money? That was the gospel then. Only to discover that after doing all that, I was not about to be financially free. So that is one thing I didn't like about the job that I was doing. Good salary, but just enough to pay bills, and I was living a very average life. I didn't have time freedom. Sometimes you might have a very good job, but what about having your own time? I was too busy. I didn't have time for my family, not even for myself. And that is not good news. In fact, I remember I developed very bad migraine headaches because of the way I was in the run throughout, trying to make ends meet. I think it's a lie when you get into a job and you are working so hard, expecting a bright future, and after 10 years, you realize you have not moved an inch. And I did some mathematics. If in the first 10 years you have achieved nothing, what about in the next 10 years? You just need to extrapolate. You just project 10 years plus 10 years. What you achieved in the first will be the same for the next if you don't change anything. And I remember one of the speakers, when I attended the first meetings, saying something that sounded like an insult. He said that the amount of money you have in your bank account is equivalent to the amount of brain that you have in your head. Unfortunately, that time I had nothing in my bank account. What was that not an insult? But some insults are good if they are going to help you to wake up from slumber. But my point is, even after working that hard, giving it all, I didn't have time freedom. I didn't enjoy anything related to do with my time. Now, I was always behind my bills, and that was sad. I knew when I was getting my first job, I knew I would never have an issue with my bills, paying my bills. In fact, I expected that I should be driving myself in the first 1 or 2 years. I even went for the driving school so almost immediately, because I knew things like driving is automatic. I knew in the first 3 years I should be living in my own home, and I knew my children would be in the best schools. Guess what? And those who are working, this could be something you identify with so easily. After all those years, I was still paying rent. I was still taking my children to the very ordinary schools. And I had not bought even a bicycle, leave alone a car. So what am I saying? I got to that point that I would love to call moment of truth, where you don't want to continue working with false expectation. And I said, I must do something for me to change my life. Did you know that no one will change your life until you change something yourself? The difference between the ordinary and extraordinary people is the extra thing that the extraordinary people do. And true to it, 17th of July 2010, when we agreed with my wife that we have to do something and we prayed over it, God brought someone to our own house and shared this opportunity with us. And ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited to share what has happened since then. That's 15 years ago. What has happened since then? And just before I do that, let me make it clear. When you want to start something new, you'll always have some mental barriers. It's almost for everyone, it happens. My first barrier was the fear of what if I don't succeed? Anyone here who has ever wanted to do something, maybe on the chats, just to be sure that I'm communicating to someone, I'm talking to someone, you wanted to do something, but then you were fearing, what if I don't succeed? What if I fail? And that is where I was. I was so scared to start the business, and I fell, and my friends started ridiculing me. Because some of them, of course, were already telling me, and engaging in that talk that, you can never succeed in business because you are a teacher, those kind of things. I can see there are people there also. I even see one of my own students, high school students, they are commenting. I too, wonderful. Please, don't let fear hold you back. My other objection, something that really almost crushed my belief that I could start this business and succeed, was time. I was too busy, as I've told you, and I was wondering, where will I get time from? But then I discovered we all have time. No one has 25 hours. We all have 24 hours. Only that some of us really don't take into account that time. How do you spend that time? And when I sat down and tabulate an hour spending my time, I realized I could definitely get an hour or two to change my life. And you know what? Even millionaires don't become millionaires 8 to 5. It is after 5 in the evening, after the 8 to 5. It is over the weekend. Like now, guys, congratulations. It's going to 9 p.m. here in East Africa. And here we are, instead of being hooked onto the TV. This is the way to be successful. So those were my fears. But when I decided enough is enough, and I started this business, these are the enormous benefits that I have gotten. And I want to believe that you too, you'll get even more than this. To start with, financial freedom. Because I joined for money. Okay. Money is not everything, but it really makes things to be easy. I have heard people say money is the source of all evil, which is misquoting the Bible. It is love of money that is bad, not the money itself. Money only helps you or makes you to be exposed more of who you are. If you are good, you become better. If you are bad, you become worse. That is what money does. So, financial freedom. I started very small. And in our business, you have to really admit and allow yourself to start small. Humble yourself. Start from that small beginning or humble beginnings. I remember my first bonus was only $20 US dollars. And some of my friends laughed at me. How a whole university, how do you get 2,000 Kenya shillings, 20 US dollars? And I was too excited they could not even talk when I'm talking because of the way I was so excited. Of course, there are some who again laughed at that small bonus. But one thing I was told in the meeting is that that bonus would keep on growing. And in 7 months, it had gone to over 600 US dollars. Is that not growth? In 1 year's time, I was earning more in my business than my full-time job as a full-time lecturer in the university. And of course, when you get to those levels, when you succeed, those who are on the periphery, those who are not so sure on whether to join you or not, they automatically join you. So you really have to hang on there when you are new in the business, knowing that when you get to some levels, it becomes easier to get to even higher levels. I don't want to talk so much about money, but in 2 years, 11 months, I was already a president team member. You were shown by Ross what happens. I remember my bonus then was over 7,000 US dollars. I'm putting it in dollars so that you can convert into your currency. Now, that was part-time. I was still earning my full-time job as a full-time lecturer. Wow. Do I have to tell you that by that time, I was already totally, free financially? That I could drive likes of the latest shape of Land Cruiser. That I could live in my own home. In fact, I was already now living in 2 homes. I had built 2 homes here in Nairobi. My kids were already in international schools. And I was like, what if I never started this business? Do you know, if you don't start the business, and I'm not scaring anyone, I'm just sharing facts. If you don't start the business, do you know 5 years you might be still where you are now? It's scary. And did you know that if you start this business in 2 to 5 years, you could be totally financially free? The other one, of course, was traveling. The benefit number 2. I never came to travel, but you wouldn't believe now I'm in my 4th passport. And when we are traveling out of the country, it is Neolife, our partner, who pays all the costs, flight, accommodation, and so on and so forth. If we had time, if time allows, 2 minutes, I will show you how we've traveled far and wide. We've just come from Cape Town last month. And before we even rest, we are already now planning for Egypt next year. I mean, traveling all over. I've been to Cape Town many times, 3 times, Dubai, Hong Kong, Mexico, Los Cabos, so many places. The beauty is you don't travel alone, you travel with your partner. So we travel with my wife, Pieros, everywhere. And of course, the time freedom. I told you I didn't have any time, even for myself. But today I have all the time. Why? After building this business for only 5 years, I fired my boss. I fired my boss. I stopped teaching the university. That good, prestigious job that I had of being a full-time lecturer in the university. After 5 years, I had every reason to let it go. I felt like I'm wasting my time. Of course, it meant that I relinquish some duties and I get more time to even build this business, and therefore it grew even faster. So are you tired of being broke and tired? Then this is your opportunity. And I want to call upon each one of us, our guests. Please, if you are tired of that life of mediocrity, average, just survival, then jump on board. We are here to hold your hand. For the members, you are already on the right path and trajectory. Don't look back. Keep on moving on. Every success is usually uphill, so you'll encounter some challenges here and there, and very normal. Let none of those challenges really slow you down. My future is extremely bright. I can only imagine when I started alone 15 years ago. But you know, today, I have built a huge business in more than almost 30 countries, tens of thousands of team members, Superstars International. And what that means is it's no longer about me. You see, until you get to the point where you've outgrown your own desires, so that now you are at a level where you can help others to achieve theirs, then you are not yet successful. Of course, we say the best way of finding yourself is to lose yourself in service of others. But how do you serve others when yourself you've not really succeeded? So I'm very excited that today the team is doing very, very well. Today you are listening to me and maybe you don't have a team. You are starting the business today. Get it from me. Within no time, you'll have built a business empire. What that translates to is what we call a legacy. And therefore, even if I never work, listen to this, even if I will never work, the business I have built can only keep on growing and growing because I'm not working alone. I'm working with thousands and thousands of people, mentoring them. And the more people you help to get what they want to get, Zig Ziglar says, then you will be able to get everything else that you need in your life. And that is where I am now. So I encourage you to have the courage to start. The toughest bit of this business, if you ask me, is just starting. And as I close, I want to say this: you better try and fail than fail to try. Because if you don't try, you'll never know how far you would have gone with this business. So, ladies and gentlemen, today you are listening to my story. Tomorrow it will be your story. You'll stand in the biggest platforms in the world to share your success story. Don't belittle yourself. Don't feel like you are not capable. As a man thinketh, so he is. So please see yourself as successful and it will come to be. In Superstars team, we believe in mentoring everyone and working together so that all of us are super successful. If you give me a minute, I will close this meeting by saying this. If you feel like you've never done business and you're not so sure of where to start, the best point to start is this, is here. get your 17,420. Ask yourself, if I don't pay this 17,420, will I be having it by the end of the year? Of course, you'll have eaten all of it and forgotten. But what if I pay the 17,420, which comes back to you in form of all the materials that you are given and the products? What might happen? Be optimistic. Don't be pessimistic. Instead of asking yourself like I did before this business, of course, it crossed my mind. Thanks to God that I also switched to the other side. Instead of asking yourself, what if I don't succeed? Ask yourself, what if everything Rose has promised becomes a reality? I achieve all of it. That is the way to look at it. Instead of asking yourself, what if I start a business and I don't get people joining my business? Ask yourself, what if I start and by God's grace and favor, I get so many ambitious people who want more out of their lives, and they join my business. And with that encouragement, friends, I call upon each one of you to take action, because many people have desires, but they don't translate those desires into achieved dreams. Why? They don't take action. They just wish. They just wish. And so many people grow old, they age, still wishing and hoping that one day, miraculously, they will be financially free. As the late Dr. Munloe Miles says, the richest place ever in this world is the cemetery. Do you want to make cemetery more rich by taking all your dreams there unaccomplished? Say no and start your journey to financial freedom, exotic lifestyle, the best health ever, and a lasting legacy. Superstars, I want to thank you so much for being part of this great movement and team. And together we are gonna change this world. We will not wait for anyone out there to help us change. We are enough. We are going to change this world one man at a time. For our guests, join us. There could not have been any better time for you to join us than now. Don't procrastinate. Don't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow is too late. Why should you? While some people are waiting, others are achieving their dreams. And 2 years from now, 5 years from now, we will be meeting the beaches of the world, celebrating our success and singing a song of success and victory. Welcome on board. God bless you so much. Please turn to the person who invited you to this meeting and ask them that one wise question. How do I start now? How do I start now? And the rest will be history. God bless you. See you at the top. Bye-bye for now. God bless.